This week from Al-Musawat Radio. Al-Musawat Radio is the right place to know everything. Welcome to all of you, dear listeners. This is the weekly news coverage coming your way from Al-Musawat radio station. And we'd like to announce that we will soon be broadcasting on the frequency 101.8 FM. Stay tuned. Anti-government and ruling political class demonstrations, which sparked on October 1st, 2019, renewed in Iraq for the third consecutive year, as the demonstrators shouted slogans against power-sharing policy, sectarian and racist loyalties, corruption and poor services, holding the parties in power responsible for what transpired. Organization of Women's Freedom Director محمد, alongside the organization's activists, staged a vigil in solidarity with the Iranian women who have been oppressed, persecuted, and forced to wear hijab. Iraqi women elites voiced solidarity with Iranian women who took to the streets in protest against the killing of Iranian young woman Mahsa Amini by morality police and the regime's suppressive measures, demanding the attainment of their rights. No to compulsory veil, which is an online campaign against the imposition of the veil on primary school girls, launched in Iraq. Yazidi young woman Wafa told her suffering in Al-Hol camp, saying that she daily sees bloodshed and she's afraid to step outside her tent. Save the Children organization called on the international community to work with the government of Iraq and Kurdistan regional government to work to help Yazidi children overcome the impacts of the genocide their minority experienced and overcome fears, and to ensure their rights to access to education and to secure civil documentations. A Salahuddin member of parliament called for the reopening of roads and neighborhoods those have been closed with concrete blocks for 15 years in order to put an end to the traffic congestion's problems. Iraqi Minister of Education revealed the fact of postponing the start of the school year, which was due to begin early next month, as mass demonstrations are expected on October 1st. A security source reported the arrest of a federal police affiliate after a circulated video showed him harassing a young woman inside a bus in the capital Baghdad. Baghdad loses its heritage identity amid negligence and chaos, disfigure the city that's deeply rooted in history, and disfigure its landmarks due to the increasing expansion of indiscriminate urbanization and the commercial centers constructed across the capital. Oil prices decline awakes Iraqi people's pains amid renewed austerity and salaries crisis concerns due to financial deficit. Iraqi Federation of Industries counted the numbers of factories registered and unregistered with the Federation, besides closed ones, confirming that large numbers of workers were laid off during the last period and determining some of factories' stoppage reasons. Minister of Health announced the COVID-19 epidemiological record across Iraq for the last week, with new 733 COVID-19 cases, 505 recoveries, and 3 deaths recorded. Iraqi Commission of Integrity announced the issuance of an arrest and detention warrant against former president of the Sunni endowment. Federal Commission of Integrity announced the issuance of the judgment of the presence against former Dhiqar governor for willfully violating his functional duties. Civil Defense Corps extinguished a fire broke out inside a drinking water plant in Al-Muthanna province. Directorate General of Traffic announced the traffic accident record, confirming 9 people killed and injured. A security source reported 4 people injured, including children, in a traffic accident in the capital, Baghdad. Iraqi National Security Service announced the file of smuggling more than 750,000 liters of oil derivatives in 7 provinces. A document issued by the General Directorate for Intelligence and Counterterrorism reported a death row inmate escaped from a prison in the capital, Baghdad. A security source reported 2 brothers injured in a machetes and blade weapons attack, whilst one of the perpetrators was arrested after he was injured northern Baghdad. A security source reported a corpse belongs to unidentified man found central Baghdad. Baghdad Combat Crime Directorate arrested 2 wanted, prosecuted on a murder charge. A Diyala-informed security source reported an ammunition stack contains weapons and explosive materials detonated due to a fire broke out in a grove at the outskirts of Abi Saida district, northeastern the city of Baqwa. Al-Anbar Police Commander General Hadi Kassar announced the capture of the most prominent narcotic pills dealer. Maysan Police announced the arrest of the second indictee who is wanted in accordance with Article 4 of the Anti-Terrorism Law for a murder and abduction case. Maysan Anti-Narcotics Directorate announced the capture of a narcotics dealer with 2 kilograms of narcotic crystal in his possession. Maysan Police Directorate announced the arrest of an indictee charged with stealing oil companies operating in the province. A Maysan medical source reported a citizen died of an overdose of anesthesia. A security source reported 1 dead and 7 wounded in a tribal conflict in Sayyid Dakhil district, eastern the province of Dhiqar. A security source of Basra police reported 2 civilians wounded when fired upon from an unidentified vehicle. Directorate General of Traffic announced 2 persons died and 2 others injured in a traffic accident in Basra, southernmost Iraq. Anti-government popular demonstrations renewed in Iran and spanned across new neighborhoods in the capital Tehran, the city of Qom, and other major cities. Anti-government protests against the killing of Mahsa Amini in Iran span across over 100 cities in the country. Iran's main reformist party called on the authorities to repeal the law on mandatory hijab after the death of young woman Mahsa Amini in the morality police custody triggered anti-government protests across the country. United Nations calls on the Iranian authorities to respect freedom of expression, peaceful assembly, and women's rights. A Moroccan female child slyly kidnapped when surveillance camera saved her. Association of Banks in Lebanon announced that banks reopened last Monday after several days of closure following a wave of holdups in the country conducted by depositors seeking access to their frozen savings, noting that each bank would determine its own channels for banking operations. Pakistani authorities made a desperate appeal for saving the earth threatened by climate change from the United Nations platform, calling for developing countries overburdened by the phenomenon of climate change to be treated fairly in a time when rich countries are held responsible. And finally, oil prices declined after edging higher in early trading, affected by rising US dollar and concerns of globally sharp increase in interest rates would lead to recession and hurt demand for fuel. The end of this weekly news coverage presented to you from Al-Musawat radio station. Please accept the best regards from me, your host, right here behind the mic, النجار, and from the producer, right there behind the mixer, محمد Hussein. Join us next week. Until then, have a nice day and goodbye. This week from Al-Musawat Radio. Al-Musawat Radio is the right place to know everything.